And this is 3 secrets to explosive growth in the off season. When tax season is over, there's still money to be made if you have these systems in place. So today is for accountants specifically, and it is also specifically for 3 systems that have explosive growth in your business. So if you're an accountant and you are a B wanting to learn 3 systems, then you are in the right spot. So what's in it for me right now? This is actually what's in it for you if you want to stick around just to make sure if you're in the right place or not. To help you systemize your business. Systems are measurable, so obviously you'll get more leads, more appointments, more revenue, to help you have the knowledge and resources to build a stronger, predictable business today. Almost everything we're going to talk about today can have immediate action steps, so you can implement strategies today. That's a very good thing for today's training. Also, to help you have plenty of services to offer existing and new clients. So if you've got to book a business, we're going to make sure you have plenty of opportunities to possibly partner with us. We're going to touch on that, our partnering program, and we're going to get into that at the very end after we get through a lot of other things. So here's today's agenda, what you're going to learn. There's only 3 ways to grow a business. We're going to be going through the 3 ways. Examples of each of the 3 ways that you can implement, again, starting today. And Biz Central's consulting partnering program. That's what I was just talking about. It might be for you, it might not be for you, but in either case, you will definitely learn about it and see what your options are, if any. So we'll see what happens. And then you're going to get a copy of today's slides, the workbook, and of course the checklist that goes along with it. So you'll have your tools and educational resources to keep you going. All right. Now that's if you stay to the end, like I said, you'll get the slides, the workbook, and the checklist. And you'll get an email through the end of the presentation, and you'll have it in your inbox. So no worries there. Also, you can chat and communicate with me through the chat feature. So if you have any questions, just say, "Hey Tim, just stop me and let's answer any questions you might have." First, a little bit about us and who I am as well. I am, or Biz Central, of course, is our company, and they've basically served over 30,000 clients nationwide. We have helped over 1,000 websites be built in the past 13 years. We are located in Orlando, Florida, and we do offer over 30 services, and we have that's to profit and nonprofit businesses, and we have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. So that's just a little bit about us. Remember, this is about you and your business today. It's not about us so much. But I do definitely want to let you know who Biz Central is, and then also who I am. Who's this crazy bald dude? That's me. So my name is Tim Schreider. I'm the marketing manager at Biz Central, and I've trained with Dan Kennedy's company, GKIC, for over 10 years, and also Digital Marketer Headquarters. I'm certified in Conversion Funnel Mastery and Content Marketing Mastery. So that's just a little bit about me. But before we even get into this training today, I want us to focus. So that includes turning off your cell phones, please. Minimize or close browsers. Get out of Facebook for now. And let's just focus. Give us at least 10-15 minutes to focus. If it's not your thing, that's completely fine. But if it is, I would much rather you get something out of this training than not. So just give us a few minutes to get going, and it could turn into a little bit more. Let's just see how this party goes, okay? All right, we're going to, if you haven't already, because you should have had at least the workbook sent to you, please print that if you have a printer handy. If not, just let's go through it, and you can keep it open on your desktop or laptop, and then lock up the kids. That's a joke. Just don't lock them up. But you know what I mean. Just if you've got can you give them an iPad and get away from them for just a minute so you can focus on your business, because you'll be doing so much more. And then grab a pen. And let's get ready to rock and roll. All right? Getting back started, it is only 3 ways to grow a business. That's right, only 3. Yes. The first one is obvious. Get more customers. The second one, get clients to buy more often, basically repeat customers. And then the last way is get customers to spend more, which is raising your transaction size. So again, we've got new customers, repeat customers, and raising your transaction size. That sounds extremely boring. It sounds extremely common sense. But those are three complete different systems of new clients, repeat referral systems, and then also raising your transaction size. Those are three different strategies that must be implemented. And we're going to go through and dissect each one and get some real world advice on each one of these as we're going through. So one of my biggest things that I'd love for each of you to take away from this training is if you could focus on 20% growth in each of those three areas, you're looking at 20% for new clients, 20% transaction size, and 20% repeat clients. That's 60% exponential growth. I highly recommend, don't overlook this. This is something that is powerful. So as we go through this, take notes. So again, 20% new client growth, 20% transaction size growth, total income, revenue, and then 20% growth in repeat clients. We have to have systems for repeat clients. This does not happen on accident. None of this does. So let's think proactively and not reactively. All right, I like to break this down where you've got a before, during, and after. And you think about it in three phases. If you think about, and I like to give the analogy of when someone's dating, you know, you've got the before you meet them. What do they hear about you? You know, how do they hear about you? Are they online, like through some of these apps or online websites? Or is it like a referral? Is it like, oh, you've got to talk to my friend Becky. My friend Becky is this, you know, because you and Becky are so similar. That's basically matching someone up like a referral versus an online lead. And I know that sounds a lot crazy, but it's just the way that things happen and way things evolve, and taking a relationship of clients to mean and match up to be very serious to the point of everything that you do is thought out. Everything you do is planned. It's organic. It's natural, but it makes sense to bring them through the pipeline, if you will. So before they hear about you, what do they hear? Do you have reviews out there? Do you have the right type of things in social media? Do you have videos out there of testimonials? And then as they're working with you, what is that process like? Is it basically is there any processes for having a wow factor or an aha moment or anything like that? So whenever they're working with you, they think in the back of their head, you know what? This is something that, you know, my friend Martin, he needs to hear about this person. He needs to hear from my accountant. I've never seen an accountant do something like this, which is campaign of some type. Making sure that you get basically the entire soup to nuts, beginning to end, in each of these sections as a system. So we just talked about the before, we're talking about the during, and then afterwards. Is it like a divorce where you never hear from them again, or is it like a happily ever after? Because I'll tell you that a happily ever after you have to work at. So if you want to have what's called a drip campaign, things like that, we're going to go through each one of these sections also. As I just mentioned, exponential growth overall, that should be our goal. Improving slightly in each area creates a compounding effect. Every business has the opportunity to improve in these areas. And fundamentals may not seem sexy, but they work. So if you think about it, like I just said, some of this sounds very vanilla, very boring, but you've got to have the fundamentals in place before you can grow to get to the next level of almost anything. So keep that in mind. Let's go into how. Number one, getting new clients, new customers, more customers. First one is drive inbound traffic to your business website. So I don't know if you're using landing pages or a website that has everything listed, I highly recommend landing pages. But we can talk about that some other time. If you have questions, put it in the chat and we'll talk about landing pages. But as you go forward, driving inbound traffic to your business website, that is major. Whether it's paid traffic or it's warm traffic from guest bloggers or from anything that you do, any video marketing you might do, that is a critical thing, is getting new traffic, inbound traffic. Search engine optimization. I'm sure you've heard of this. Basically, it's making sure that your website, your web presence is optimized or ready to be ranked. So whenever Google, Yahoo, Bing, the big three, when someone has keyword searches, they judge from an algorithm how appropriate you are compared to your competition, and then they rank accordingly. So the science, basically the math and science of everything to get you ranked, is called search engine optimization. It has everything with videos, with images, with copy, the words, the content, meaning how educational it is, if it's mobile ready or not. So there's a lot involved with this, but this is something you don't want to drop the ball in. This is something that it can get very overwhelming, and it also can get very rewarding though. So this is something, I would write this down. If you have any questions, put it on the paper and then we'll discuss them later. But this is something to keep in mind. Who cares? You might think, who cares about SEO? Well, there's over 2 billion people online, and 93% of online experiences begin with a search engine. Like I just mentioned, the big three are Google, Bing, and Yahoo. So the majority of all searches go through those three. So getting to the point where you are sought after, that's not on accident. You need to be prepared for that. So if that's something you want to learn a little bit more about as we go, that's perfect. But in the meantime, let's keep moving forward. 77% of search engines choose organic over paid links. I'm sure you've seen these before. When you put, if you wanted to put whatever it is, if it's plumber, hairstylist, whatever, it's going to choose ones that are close to you. That's called location-based marketing. So they're going to know where you are based on your address. That's how the search engines are doing the things these days. Also, most people don't want paid. They want whoever's ranked first, second, and third. Why? Because they've earned that spot. They trust the search engine that those companies that are being relevant and listed have earned that spot. So keep that in mind as we're talking about getting ranked and getting business. 67% choose organic search results when purchasing. So they'll know specifically, hey, I'm going to drop some money today, and I definitely trust what Google, Yahoo, and Bing are telling me. So that's how powerful those can be. A lot of people are ordering things online. I know your particular service is nothing they would buy online, but it is something that they would either set up an appointment to come in and talk to you if they have, questions about their documents, if they want to see an actual face-to-face person rather than someone who's not. And these are things that you can think about as you're going through building up your business. And then organic click-through generates 25% higher conversion rates than paid traffic, PPC, pay-per-click. All right, getting more customers, email marketing. Let's think about this for a second. Now, do you have a email that goes out if someone opts into your list? If someone is on your website, out of every 100 visitors, how are you capturing their information so you can follow up later? Let's just take advantage of the fact that most people are not going to want to just hire an accountant or sit down and call in to schedule an appointment for an accountant to talk to them immediately when they come to your site. It might take 2, 3, 4 times of being in front of them. Do you have a way to capture information, and do you have it pre-programmed like an auto-responding system with a drip campaign that will go out and maybe talk to them. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, but if you do have it set up, that's strong. Keep in mind that welcome emails are incredibly effective. On average, 320% more revenue is attributed to them on a per email basis than other promotional emails. And that's from Statista. So keep that in mind, that 320% more relative just from a welcome email that you can possibly have them confirm or whitelist it so you make sure you're not going to be on their spam box, and then also give them a good fluffy feeling of how are you, you're in the right spot, here's some free information, and moving the relationship forward from there. Also, social media marketing. We just talked about search engine, then we talked about email marketing. Now we're talking about social media marketing. Customers want you on social media. Why? Because they feel completely safe in Facebook, Twitter. Those are the places that all their friends, all their family is, and that they are feeling comfortable. 68% of American adults report that they are Facebook users, and that about 3/4 of those users access Facebook, listen, on a daily basis. That's a big deal. You might think Facebook is not for me. That's fine. But the person writing a check to you, the person pulling out a credit card and paying you, that's called your customer avatar. That's who the majority of your marketing decisions should be based on. Not what you think, not what you feel. Because at the end of the day, if you built everything based on what you think and feel, then you're going to only be attracting people that are think and feel just like you. But what if you find that the majority of the people that paid you last tax season, for example, are in social media, and then also are not just in social media, but also in LinkedIn? Well, that's just an example of how you can put a lot of information to work with market research of people that have already said that they know, like, and trust you. So making sure that you have the most amount of information from your past list of clients, that is critical when predicting future business and building proactive campaigns. I hope that makes a little bit of sense. The average number of daily users for March 2018 was 1.45 billion, which is 13% increase since the year before. That's a crazy figure when you think about it. You can't help but have a piece of that big pie. So keep that in mind as we're going through here. People are talking. Are you part of their conversation? Basically, it's not a fad. It's not for kids. Just, it's a way of life at this point. In 2018, LinkedIn's largest age group was 25 to 29-year-olds, and the next most popular age group was 30 to 49-year-olds. That's an eye-popping statistic. So keep that in mind as you go. And the average consumer mentions specific brands over 90 times per week in conversations with family, friends, and coworkers. So that's word of mouth marketing. You might have heard that before. That's a big statistic. You want to be a part of that. But it all starts with hanging out with where they're hanging out. I hope you would agree with that. All right, let's move forward. Next is mobile marketing. Keep this in mind also. I would possibly want to think about, if most people are going to answer their mobile phone, or at least text messages, within 10 minutes, then you want to be a part of that media of communication. It's, again, we talked about this before, location-based marketing. This is all about where you've got someone who knows your location and you are ranked based on your profile that you've set up in Google Places or Yahoo Places or any directories. There's dozens of directories. If you are curious about this is something else that Biz Central does, and we can definitely help you. So just make a little note if you want more information on location-based marketing. More than 8 out of 10 marketers say location-based advertising and marketing produced growth in their customer base, 85%. Higher response rate, 83%. The higher customer engagement. That's crazy. So that is something you want to make sure that you are incorporating into your strategy, location-based marketing. Next up is the message market media match. Now, whenever you do this, keep this in mind. Who you're talking to, the market, and how you're talking to them. That's the media, like we just talked, social media or direct mail or text message or email. And then what you're saying are three completely yet very important elements to your message. Who you talk to, how you talk to them, and what you say, I cannot stress enough. This is like Dan Kennedy classic right here. So anybody who studied anything under Dan Kennedy knows that this is the fundamental, the very, very basic. But if you have this triangle in place, this is a powerful message you're sending out. So I'm dropping this little gift of knowledge in there so you can definitely make sure you've got this image, you have it in understanding, and that moving forward, you'll know the big three elements you need to have a powerful message so that you get a bigger conversion on any email you're sending out, any social media you're talking about, anything. So keep this in mind as we're moving forward. Also, getting more customers, track your results, and optimize your campaigns. I would highly recommend you to start getting Google Analytics. And there's so many different websites that give you analytics. You don't have to pay for them. Some of them are paid, but that's for the more professional marketer. But definitely you want to make sure that you are on the point where you can at least get the basic conversions of how many visitors to my site, how many people opted in for my free gift or on my newsletter list, and then how many people ended up buying or setting an appointment, and then dividing that out for your conversion rate. So these are numbers you want to track, preferably every week, but definitely every month. All right. Find new and better places to advertise. We just talked about social media. If that means finding another blog to start talking to people who already are reading from a blog, or if that means anything outside, it pays to do a little bit of research on where your target market is and niching down. So keep those in mind so you can find out where these people are, and any money you pay for marketing is in the right direction. I hope that makes sense. And if it doesn't, please let me know. Reach out to me so we can talk a little bit more about this in the future. Also, you want to create stronger, more targeted offers that appeal to more people in your market. So again, we just talked about the message, market, media. You're needing all three of those. This is just to also point out that you want the most powerful message to hit your target market. I just mentioned a minute ago about your niche. If you are a generalist, that's okay, but you definitely want to be a specialist. You want to narrow it down because specialists are paid between 8 to 10 times more because they specialize in a niche. Whether it's a lawyer who's specialized in criminal defense or taxes or whatever, or if it's a doctor who's a specialist and a neurosurgeon or a podiatrist. So this, I can go on and on with examples, but accountants, same principle. There must be a specialist that you should portray yourself on or as that will help you attract more affluent, higher paying people that will stay with you longer and refer. So let's keep that in mind as we go. Risk reversal. Remove the risks associated with buying from you by giving them a strong guarantee. Now, I know there's certain things you can and can't do, but getting creative, even if it's a communication guarantee, that's something that I highly recommend, because a lot of times people are any type of guarantee subconsciously goes such a further way, or basically a very long way, and it'll stick in their mind. So think about how you can reverse the risk of anything they're doing with you, and including any type of guarantee, like I said, even a communication guarantee where you guarantee to get back with them within 24 hours or anything like that. Just coming creative with guarantees is a powerful motivator to people. Also, build your reputation as an expert. This doesn't happen on accident. You must have a plan. You can do that by putting out a book. You can host a free event, online or offline, to demonstrate your expertise. Speaking groups. You can have a group that you're going to go speak at. You can do that, like I said, with someone who is in your industry, and then plan a online webinar. You've got plenty of opportunity to do that. People love to go and watch people speak. Look at you. You're talking to me right now. You're listening to me speak. So the whole thing is that's a very strong, powerful, quick way, proven, to get people to know, like, and trust you, and they will look to you as an expert and an authority figure. And you don't want to overpass that subconscious power by setting up a few free events. All right, offline and online, whichever one you're more comfortable with, but this is, again, a very big way. Send monthly educational, informational newsletters. That could be email, like an e-newsletter, or a print. Print is obviously going to give you more bang for your buck. It's going to cost a little more, but it'll also go further with the type of person you're attracting. But don't underestimate the power of having a properly done newsletter with different sections that you touch them weekly or monthly. Create training, educational resources, video, educational downloads. Have some videos or audios or PDFs that you've put together, or white papers or ebooks or anything like this that's downloadable on your homepage, or on a drip campaign that goes out after someone gives you an email, or better yet, what's called a lead magnet, where you go to they go to a landing page, and then in exchange for their email address, you're going to give them access to a private YouTube channel that has 3 videos in a 3-part series that you put together on some topic. That's how easy it is, and you can do that from your phone or your desktop or your laptop. It's all done free and cheap these days, so don't overcomplicate it. Just make sure you got a plan, all right? Next up is number 2. Get customers to buy more often. We need to give them reasons to buy more often. We need to build your list. Your list is the only asset in your business, if you think about it. It's not the tangibles. It's not a computer. It's nothing like that. Your asset is your relationship with your list. That's the equity that you are building by doing business month after month. Don't neglect that. Okay, so let's just work on building that. Create a customer mailing list like we just talked about. Physical and digital. Where do they hang out? Are there certain Facebook groups they hang out, or LinkedIn groups they hang out, or forums that they hang out? Are there physical locations like a weekly or monthly meetup group they go to? Spend the time to find these things out and then implement them inside your plan. You've got to, again, this is proaction, not reaction. Don't wait till you need appointments and need money. Have a proactive plan of attack that you know, I'm going to be at this event and we're going to walk out of there with some contacts, and it's going to be in my email list, and we're going to follow up through a drip campaign and give them access to a video that I put up there in exchange for their email. So keep those things in mind as we're building on this. These ideas are building as we go through, okay? Keep that like that. Next is send out promotional emails to your list on a more frequent basis. Multimedia. So that's basically, it's one thing to send out an email that has your newsletter, for example. But if there's a special promotion or a special reason for you to reach out to them, you want to take the time to craft that email and blast it out to them. Don't be annoying. Don't be spammy. But definitely if there's something of value that they could use, you want to keep that in the front of their mind. That keeps you on top of their mind. It's called top of mind consciousness. So that's how referrals happen. That's how repeat business happens. And that's how you spark first sales. So if somebody's never bought from you, that's how they plan their strategies, basically from setting up things that are pre-done and proactive, like I keep saying over and over. I can't stress that enough. Don't let them forget you. So that means wherever they're hanging out, talk to them in a very friendly tone. Talk to them wherever they are. You want to give them reasons. You want to find out what's important to them and speak to them in their own language, their own lingo. All right? Now, whenever you do get someone on your list, that's called an indoctrination sequence. Use your autoresponder, your email sequences, to introduce your prospects to all of your services and products, basically everything you do. It doesn't have to be in one big thing. It can be spread out. If you've got 4 services, send out 4 different emails over the next 2 weeks. Plan it out. Don't smother them. So just, again, making sure this is planned, the whole key. Broadcast educational content through email, social media, and your website, which we were just talking about last time with a, like for example, if you were to put a video, say 3 video course together, or a daily inspirational thing to know about this, I don't know. These are things that you would have to take the time to build this, but it's completely worth it for positioning you as the expert, lowering sales resistance. Whenever you do reach out and prospect, it gives them more of they look up to you for being the specialist and the expert rather than the annoying pest. You're more the welcome guest from setting this up tremendously. Again, where do they hang out? You want to find out where they congregate, where they hang out and go. I'm talking online especially. Next up is send out. This is a classic, but it's so overlooked. Send out birthday cards, holiday cards, and gifts. These are highly underestimated, but they are extremely powerful. A handwritten birthday card, you can get 10-pack for $10. And there's 10 clients or 10 prospects that you've spoken to but never closed. This is an example of a way of capturing their information and sending something out that's a complete wow factor. Like, wow, man, my accountant sent me out my birthday card. I couldn't believe that. Nobody else sent me anything. Think of how much you'd stand out based on that. So just keep that in the back of your head. And I would do birthdays, not just Christmas and the holidays, because you're going to have a ton of people sending out Christmas and holiday stuff. But birthday is more personal because it's just a different day that it's all about them. So just keep that going. Focus on service. If you have the wow factor in your process of something that comes up, and it's basically every business is unique, every business is different, but there's a way to find it. A wow factor is just that. It's a way to have someone say, wow, that was awesome. I couldn't believe they did that. How can people say that about your service? What have you done or what can you do that will have someone with that feeling? Because that's what ignites referrals. So keep that in mind, all right? Give them a reason to talk about you when you're not there. If you don't give them a reason to talk about you, it will only happen when something bad happens. And then, again, you're not there to defend yourself. So please take the time to plan this out so it's a good way of them thinking about you when you're not there, not only when something bad happens. All right? Create a culture of service at your business. So if you got staff or an assistant or a partner or something, make sure that they are on the same page with the service level that you are committed to. That is amazing power. I can't stress it enough. When someone is geared towards the best customer service possible, people notice that. People are quick to go online these days and to just start typing what they feel. So that is something you don't want to happen in the wrong way, but you definitely want to cultivate that culture of service. Okay, dedicated people. Social proof. Reviews, testimonials, video testimonials. Use customer testimonials in your email campaigns and on your website. Social proof is the most powerful thing next to risk reversal, in my opinion. It is the other people in the world saying, you know what, I trust Tim, or I trust whatever your name is, that's them saying it. And then everybody feels comfortable in the group. So that is something you don't want to just leave it. You want to use testimonials and reviews strategically. Where can I put this? How can I put this? How can you get more? How can you not only get more video testimonials, but not make it look weird? Do you have an ethical bribe that you offer people in exchange for what they feel? That's completely ethical and it's completely powerful. So think about that. Again, take notes on this if you haven't written it down already. This is I don't remember the last time I encountered a company that went the extra mile for the sake of customer satisfaction. That is awesome. And the last one, get customers to spend more. Transaction size. How can you, and this is maybe a little limiting in the accountant, but this is where we come in, where BizCentral can partner with you, all right? Upsell, cross-sell, bundle, add more services. If you think about it, you have spent so much time and money building your list of clients. After a person buys one product, upsell or cross-sell them to another product. And if you're like, Tim, I really only do taxes, I don't know what else to offer, or I offer one other thing and they said no to that, what now? Well, we're going to cover that in just a minute. So, but people, it's not your taxes they're buying, it's you they're buying. Keep that in mind. Again, that sounds cliche, but that is so true. It's you. They like your personality. They like your loyalty. They like your the level of privacy. Whatever it is about you, that's what they bought into. So please remember that as we go through this. Bundle products offer a discount. So again, these are things that are common sense that are out there, but it might apply to you depending on the level and the amount of services you offer. Offer an expensive or premium product or a service with a payment plan. Okay, so there are accountants out there that basically offer a annual membership to have a part of them, so they pay above and beyond their regular rate for taxes. So they might have a premium where they get access for phone calls. So if they want just email, there's different ways to manage your time. You only have so much time. So that is what should not be a commodity. You need to make it apples and oranges, not apples and apples. So I hope that makes sense. Write that down. That's something that you can work on, okay? Here's a few tips for success, all right? Leverage technology. Some of the main things in my life that have been part of my life for a long time is autoresponders. We talked about that in the very beginning. Scheduling software. That is where because I don't like whenever somebody just randomly calls in. So I like my day planned out. And I'm sure you're a lot like me on that, where if you had a way for someone to either from a landing page, from your social media account, from your website, blog, whatever you got, for them to click here to get their time. And then it takes them through a scheduling software. That's powerful. A CRM, which is a customer relationship manager. It's a way to capture information from your customer, remember your list, and then also to communicate with them as you go through. We talked about a lot of things today. I do not want you to get overwhelmed or feel stressed out in any way, because this is something that you can take one day at a time. As long as you are in the right direction and awareness, everything else will fall in place. All right. Start with a few of these changes and gradually implement more. Most importantly, have an action plan. All right. Now, again, we talked about this. Think in 3 phases. Before someone gets face-to-face with me or communication with me, what's their experience like? How can I make it better? As they're working with me, what's their experience like? How can I make it better? And then after we're done and I've done their taxes or I've done whatever, I've got everything up and done and I fulfilled my part of the deal, what's that like? and how can I make it better? If you have these three in the back of your head and you write them out and plan these strategies, this will help you with new clients from referrals, existing clients, and more importantly, transaction size, because they will want to come back and buy more and more from you. So keep that in mind. So by now your gifts are in your inbox. I definitely appreciate you hanging on. Now I did want to talk to you about our partnering program, because it is an incredible program that is right up the alley for accountants. So this is our consulting partnering program for Biz Central. We also have CharityNet and ChurchNet as our brands. Now, a little bit about who we are, and I mentioned this briefly. We do have over 30,000 clients nationwide in the last 13 years. We offer over 30 services for for-profit and nonprofit organizations. And we are very proud to say that we have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. So that is a very big deal whenever you are thinking about partnering with us, and you can leverage our brand and our reputation. And that's something that will help you. So what we've got basically, these are services that we offer for startup and small businesses, depending on the size. We do business plans, excuse me, business plans. We've got minority and all types of certifications. We've got for larger companies. We offer a lot of different marketing services, graphic designs, company foundations, things like that. We do offer a ton of other things that are not even listed here because they're just trying to save time. But there are basically, like I said, over 30 different services. Now, some of the big benefits that our partners love. They earn between 20 and 25% commission. We supply them leads. So if you are curious on a couple of these things, this is one of the big factors to be a partner. We give online referrals, and as I just mentioned, we have a ton of red hot leads that are ready to close up. We have a very short sales cycle, so that doesn't take you long to get paid on that. And as I mentioned before, over 30 essential businesses for nonprofit and for-profit businesses, things that everyone needs: marketing, graphic design, all kinds of things like that. So I definitely would check out our website if you haven't already. Leverage our brand and recognition, like I discussed about the Better Business Bureau. We've got a $1,500 marketing allowance to join local groups. That is a very, very big deal. And the commissions are paid weekly, so that you never are far from a paycheck, and they love that. Some more, we get to team up with local partners, some in your area. This is nationwide, by the way. Pre-developed presentations on business topics. So whether it's learning the topic itself or something to help you sell with, collateral, material, we've all got it done. It's there. So all you've got to do is pick a topic and let me know, and we can help you get everything put together. Local networking opportunities, research, so we can actually have our team spend time finding out in your area where your time would be best served and what you could do to maximize revenue for your time. So if you were curious about where to go. Comprehensive training and marketing collateral, like I just talked about, the pre-developed presentations helps get everything done. It helps save you time. It helps you get the message across, and we have sales support that helps. So we have our sales team that is a phone call away that can either help you close the deal or get someone else. So these are ways for you to use your list to offer more services. So our simple, proven, effective approach, we basically offer out a complimentary review. So if you're thinking, well, how do I start a conversation with some of my list? We offer a business review or a marketing review or a nonprofit startup review. And from there, they go through a few questions, and then we actually tell them what their needs are. It's pretty simple. So we examine their needs, and then we offer appropriate service options, and we bundle it up. And then it's that simple. There's a little bit more involved, but we do offer low monthly payments and extremely great pricing. That's one of the best things that we do have is our pricing and our payment options. And we also have a 501c3 nonprofit approval guarantee, which is something not everyone offers, but we are very proud of our guarantee. Every single person that we've done a 501c3 for in the last 13 years has gotten their approval. And we will not take any money from anyone that we don't feel we can do the work. So that's something else to keep in mind. We do offer SEO. Here's a sample SEO report. We also offer a different marketing review and a consultation. So we've got a lot. Our partnering program has systems that cover all three of the explosive growth secrets. Number 1, 2, 3 that we went through, it has all that in there with our collateral and our processes and our systems and our follow-ups and our team. Everything that we've got, it's got. So keep that in mind if you're looking for ways to raise your transaction and monetize the relationships you already have. How much extra money could you make? And a better question to that is, how much are you leaving on the table that your existing list needs that you are not currently fulfilling? And they are going to spend that money with someone else. As I told you about midway through this presentation, they are your client because they trust you. They know, like, and trust you, and they choose you for whatever reason because of you. So shouldn't you be the one who gets the remainder of their business rather than a complete stranger or someone else they might not trust? Just think about that. And then the one thing is, your clients will be needing some, if not most, of the services we offer. So don't you think that you should be the one to offer them? So just think about that. And that I definitely would love to talk to you, and I would love for you to communicate with someone on our team. If this makes sense to you, I mean, if not, I understand. But if it does, then give us a call. You can shoot me an email at marketing@BizCentralUSA, all right? Or there should be a link beneath here that you can click on to schedule. Remember, we were just talking about the scheduling? I love these scheduling softwares, and I'd love to show you the best ones that I like to use. But anyway, if you have questions, feel free to email me. If you'd like to talk, please let me know. Just shoot me an email. And if you have anything else that any other questions or ideas or something that we can do to make your life as an accountant better, to help you get more explosive growth, please shoot us an email. Let us know what you think below as far as how the training was today and the reviews. And please let us know what else you're struggling with so we can work on some more training, okay? Because I'd love to get some more training to you guys, hopefully in the next week or two. All right, but thank you very, very much for staying here till the end. And I definitely look forward to talking to you guys one of these days, either on the phone or face-to-face, okay? I will talk to you later. Thanks. Have a great